It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. Okay, I like Kevin James,
I like Kevin James.
Even though that movie was probably, like, they're all shitty, right? But Kevin James as an actor or just as a guy.
So, logging into Paul Blart,
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half, and I was like, okay, it's not going to be bad. Even if it is bad, I'm just going to have fun with it. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to just be in the moment. And I was for a good, for the majority of it.
Yeah.
But that hour and a half felt like days.
It was a slog.
It was a long hour and a half. Like at one point I was like, how is this still going? Like, how has it still been an hour and a half? I feel like so much, the scenes are very slow.
Uh-huh.
They introduce you to every character twice. It's just like,
who are the characters in that real quick?
and also, here's what I think it is.
What?
It's the origin story of a serial killer told from the serial killer's eyes. Because he's a failed cop who stalks this girl who sells
so
wigs.
Scary.
Right?
Okay.
Thinks he's got like all this power. He's trying to write citations. He doesn't. He's psychotic. He's like a mental break, dude. And crashes into fucking cars and shit, blows stuff up.
Holy shit.
He's a psychopath.
He gets a crush on what? Like a
He's
girl
BTK.
working at the... That's a crazy stance to make. That Paul Blart Mall Cop is BTK.
That's right.
I think it's a sillier version of Observe and Report.
Oh, it's the family version of Observe and Report.
Exactly, because
Yeah,
Observe and
100%.
Report is serious at
It's
some
actually
points.
not very funny at all. It's
Well,
actually
because it's
kind of
about like mental health.
Yeah. And,
Legitimately.
yeah. Also, I know this isn't probably the time to be making fun of this, but people do rob malls actually quite a bit. Actually, we're seeing that now in the news.
Yeah.
Like all over the Bay Area, people are just like going.
Do they
there.
rob a specific store in the mall, or do they try to find a
They just
main
like
safe?
flood the whole thing. No, there's no safes in malls.
Observe and
According to
Report.
the movies, there's
Yeah,
there's
that's what I'm
safes.
thinking.
No, instead they go in and just like take everybody's money and steal all the stuff off the racks. With
That's
like 90
pretty
people.
risky. A very populated area where you could get locked inside.
They're doing it a lot, dude. Have you not heard? They did it in Concord. They did it in San Francisco. They did it in San Jose.
This is recently?
Yes, like last week.
Holy shit.
It's crazy out there.
Like, there's shit
I'm
going
glad
on.
we're here.
I know. I'm glad we're here safe in Benicia.
And not telling people about the news, because this isn't where people should be getting their news.
As smart of people and educated of individuals as we are, this is not
Please
where you should
speak
go
for
for your news.
Okay.
Dude, but this movie, okay,
Dude Butt.
I actually really want to talk about
Butt?
the movie that we're, Dude Butt. I want to talk about Dude
You
Butt.
want to talk about Dude Butt?
This movie that we're actually going to talk about, I hadn't seen in a while, and I'd forgotten how funny it was.
I actually don't know if I've ever seen it from beginning to end in one sitting. I've seen the whole film for sure. I've seen it a couple of times, but I don't know if I've ever
Really?
seen it from beginning to end in one sitting.
Because it's probably one of those movies that just plays on in the background.
Oh, yeah,
For
100%. Oh, I got to go start cleaning the house or something. It's like, you know what I mean?
And there's such good, memorable quotes from this movie that I'm sure you're aware of, right? Of like,
Oh,
I'm chocolate wasted
Yeah,
is
yes, of
probably
course.
one of the best ones.
Yeah.
Or any of Chris Rock's toe jokes, which in my opinion, those are funny, but I think the lowest level of comedy in this movie were his toe jokes.
I think it's all pretty low hanging fruit. I think it's all like when
Yeah,
Kevin James
everything
like
is.
falls off the rope and is like falling down the hill.
Yeah, that's super slapsticky, but done pretty well. Because I've
guess.
seen movies that are like worse. Well, what did you think of the movie before jumping in?
I liked it. It's fun. It's a
Yes.
funny movie. I enjoyed it. I like it way more than I like Paul Blart.
I agree with you.
Good. Thank God. Because I watched all of Paul Blart and then I texted you immediately and was like,
Like,
anything else?
It's always funny when we watch a movie and we're not feeling it and we have to text each other and just try to like figure it out.
I was like I said, for a good 45 minutes, I was in it. I was feeling it, but just
Not there. Well, it's important to choose a movie that we enjoy so that we can have a good time talking about it.
it is. And it's important for the baddies.
Yes, baddies, we are thinking about you when we do these episodes, as we
Think
should.
about the baddies all the time, every day, every second of my life.
We love you so much. And welcome.
Welcome. My name is Alejandro.
And my name is Christian.
And this is It Cannot Be That Bad.
Yes, also known as ICBTB podcast. If you are new, this is a movie podcast where we defend bad movies that you guys love. And
Nay, I say critically condemned films.
yeah, which makes sense for some of them, but it does not mean that you can't enjoy them still.
I think critics specifically take it out on Adam Sandler for no reason. They're very mean to him.
Well, because Adam Sandler's taking it out on them.
I don't think he started it,
Oh, he didn't start it. He definitely didn't start
but
it.
he won't finish it.
He gonna finish it
He gonna
after
finish it.
Uncut Gems and Punch Drunk Love.
Woo!
And not getting the recognition that he
And
deserves.
Spanglish.
And Spanglish, honestly.
And funny people.
He's
which
really
was also something you suggested, but that's kind of a rough movie to do. But
very depressing.
Yes.
You are right. But yeah, we're doing this movie, which I think is a tentpole in the Happy Madison franchise because it has all of his buddies.
It's got them all.
Yeah,
it's got them all. Well, let's tell them what movie we watched, and then I have a couple of things that I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Right off the top.
Okay.
We watched Grown Ups, guys, and it's the Adam Sandler vehicle with all his friends. I learned one really interesting fact, but it seems almost like I learned two facts, and they almost seem like they can't be true because they butt heads with each other.
Okay.
Okay. One thing that I learned was this movie was originally written in, I think, 97 or 87.
Oh, a while ago.
And they wanted Chris Farley to be in the role of Kevin James, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially the falling off the rope and all that shit and stuff like that. And
the amount of fat jokes that were aimed toward Kevin James, like really funny, but it didn't make sense because Kevin James is not that fat.
Not anymore, no.
Yeah.
But then that falling bit, they said that they thought of on the day when they were filming. But that seemed like a really Chris Farley-y bit to me.
Yeah, because it was very over-the-top slapstick.
Yeah.
Probably the most slapstick funny thing in the movie, right?
But I would love if Chris Farley was in this.
I know. If he was in a lot of things, he could have been...
He was supposed to be Shrek.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He would have been perfect for that.
That would have been fun.
Damn. Okay. Well, it looks like they had fun nonetheless. I love this movie. Let's jump into the nitty-gritty so we can start talking about it.
We watched Grown Ups, rated PG-13, and was released in the year 2010, which, yeah, I remember when this...
Makes sense.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun.
It's a runtime of 1 hour and 42 minutes, or 102 minutes. And it's got a couple of ratings here. Do you think they're going to make it Grown Ups 3?
I was reading about it, and they were planning for it and had allocated some of their budget for it, but it's not happening as of right now.
Adam Sandler's making too much money on Hotel Transylvania's franchise.
Yep, and his Netflix deals. So there's no priority with this.
There's no priority for any of them to do any of this shit.
No, I think they're all just doing their own thing, right?
Well, Kevin James made that one really intense film
where he was like a convict,
yeah,
and started stalking some teenager, right? I didn't watch it. I want to, and I'm curious if it was any good.
King of Queens, baby. It has a rating of 6 out of 10 on IMDb and 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. And this is the website called Letterboxd. It has a rating of 2.5 out of 5.
I'm familiar with Letterboxd.
Google, though.
Oh.
What's your Google, though?
Yo, boy, I seen it already, sadly, because when you sent me the screenshot for the movie, it said 90%. Yeah.
Yes, it is rated 90% by Google users, but that's because we like Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And critics don't. Okay, synopsis coming at you. A single man who drinks too much, a father with 3 daughters. At first, I thought I was reading the wrong thing. Because it's weird that they start with David Spade's character.
That's odd. That's what the synopsis is?
Why are they starting with David? A single man who drinks too much, a father with 3 daughters who he rarely sees, a guy who is overweight and unemployed, a henpecked house husband, a successful Hollywood agent married to a fashion designer. What do these 5 men have in common? They used to play on the same basketball team at school. Now their former coaches died, and they are reunited at his funeral. Will the group rediscover their old bonds?
The way that synopsis sounds is just kind of like when you go watch an episode of something and it has to do a recap. It sounds like a recap.
In this episode, Rachel and Ross go back to...
Exactly.
I do think that they really blow the spoilers that Kevin James's character is unemployed.
Yeah, that's a big spoiler.
That's a huge spoiler.
Yeah, because we are thinking that he has money. He what's
he drives
the
a Cadillac. He has some sort of lawn company or
like a lawn chair company of some sort.
That's what it is. I think lawn.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's
outdoor furniture.
He rented a caddy. He's trying to pay for the meal for all of them at that sit down restaurant, and he's like, "Oh, we're ordering drinks now." But what I really like about how this started off is that it was the typical cheesy of what kid is who, right?
Oh, yeah.
They all have the same haircut and shit.
Yeah, of course.
And them playing basketball, like David Spade has this insane bowl cut and he's looking at the ladies or the girls in the bleachers.
Yes.
And then Chris Rock is double dribbling and he gets called out by the ref. And he's like, "Is it because I'm black?"
The ref's like, "What?"
And then Rob Schneider looking like that's what he looked like as a kid, I'm sure.
Yeah, I bet. And then Adam Sandler's over here draining 3-pointers from the corner.
Killing it.
Just, I do like that Adam Sandler puts basketball in every single one of his movies now.
Does he?
Oh, for sure. Because he just loves basketball. It's somehow always involved.
I believe that. Yeah, you're right.
Like he's always like shooting a hoop. He's got a basketball in his hand at one point.
Was it you that told me that wherever he goes to shoot something, he has a basketball court?
A full court constructed.
He has the money for it, man.
Yes, he does.
His net worth,
and he's
insane.
really good at basketball.
I believe it.
I have a budget of this film for us here, Christian. $80 million.
I feel like a lot of that.
$70 million of it was Adam Sandler.
And the rest were for his friends? Unevenly allocated. That'd be fucked up, dude.
Rob Schneider, $2.
There you go.
It's like they have that whole scene where Kevin James is like, you're getting paid $10,000 for this? I'm only getting paid $100 for this.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like, you're getting paid $100 for this? I'm only getting $10 for this. And Rob Schneider's like, you guys are getting paid for this?
Oh, shit.
So $80 million, how much do you think this movie made? And we know it made a sequel. We know Adam Sandler's buku.
I'm going to say $200 million.
$271.4 million.
Wow. That's crazy.
Lots of money. Lots of money. I feel like this movie did good, in video form. I feel like this was one of the last big DVDs that people bought.
Yeah. Like, this is something to have on your shelf, I would say. It's a fun one to just put on.
This and Click is on everybody's DVD shelf.
Yeah. Click just
I
a
didn't
little
even
more
know
sad,
I owned that.
right?
Again, why is Adam Sandler making like some semi-sad films?
Because he's trying to make a point that he could still act.
You got so defensive.
I'm upset for him. He's not getting the recognition he deserves.
Then stop doing like big boob jokes in the same movie about like a father who goes into the future.
That's true, but sometimes there is a time and place for boob jokes, and it kind of works here. Does kind of work here.
Of the kids, right?
Yeah.
Chris Rock, Kevin James, Rob Schneider, Adam Sandler, David Spade.
Yeah.
I don't know any of their characters' names, so we'll just
I
refer to
don't
them as
know
their
either.
actors' names.
The only character's name I know is Rob Schneider's because his character's name is Rob.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him to get
He's
that.
able to keep it.
Yeah. Who's your favorite?
Rob Schneider. I think it has to be Rob Schneider. He's so odd looking, and like especially like when his daughters come into play.
Oh,
and they're so fucking hot.
all of them?
And the third one, that is one of the best jokes in this movie, is that you slowly see his like daughters from different marriages come in, and the first two are hot, and the third one
looks just
like him. And I love the dynamic that he has with the rest of the gang, that they all really just grill on him. They just make fun of him.
They make fun of everybody. They're not holding any bones about anything. Like, I feel like this whole movie is just like, hey, let's just make fun of everybody, and then we'll put it on camera.
Mm-hmm. And what this movie does differently than other comedies, other buddy comedies, is that they actually laugh in the...
They are laughing
after
quite
a joke,
bit, yeah.
Right? Usually in comedies, no one laughs. So it's just a quick joke, then cut to the next thing, right?
Yep.
But this one, like, they're making fun of each other and they're laughing with each other.
It's good to see friends be happy.
Yeah, man. And I think that's why this is a good movie for this week, because it's like, it may be...
Friendsgiving.
Yeah, man. It's essentially just Friendsgiving.
See how I made that connection?
Yeah. Oh, you're killing it. They come together, and it just made me realize, like, oh, the fact that they could keep that friendship after all these years, it's pretty solid.
Not necessarily. I mean, it seems like they were pretty far apart until the funeral, and then they get back together, and they're like, hey, let's go to the cabin and spend one last time. And they're actually there to spread the ashes of their coach, which is also a really funny scene, because Rob Schneider, of course, takes it to, like, he's so, like, woo-woo-y and...
Very woo-woo-y. And so he's, like, throwing all the ashes with his right hand, and then picks up a piece of chicken with the same one.
He, like, reaches into the KFC bucket that they brought, and he's like, whoa, you gotta...
They're like, no, that's
Coach
Coach's
on your
hand. It's fucking nasty. Kevin James is like, I'm still hungry. I'm going to eat it.
He has the KFC bucket on his head, and he's dancing, which that's Kevin James at his prime.
Yeah, that was his best acting I've ever seen.
or like at one point when Salma Hayek, who is married to Adam Sandler, has to go to a fashion show in Milan.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, we're leaving tomorrow. We can't be here. And Kevin James is like, oh, you don't want to be here with this?
Exactly. Kevin James's physicality is just really funny.
You know what I did? So I just erased him and put Chris Farley there. Like if he was in like a mocap suit.
Yeah.
And then they just like CGI'd Chris Farley there.
That would be crazy. That would be insane.
Deep fake. Do a deep fake with Chris Farley.
Hey, it's possible, man.
I can't wait for the future.
There's like almost zero conflict in this movie. Have you noticed?
No, the conflict like doesn't. The conflict comes up for like 1 second when they see the like Steve Buscemi and the guy with the cross eyes who are like, you beat us in middle school and we never got over it, and then they don't come back
Yeah.
until the very end when they're just like, okay, yeah, let's play another game, and then it's like,
It's weird to see Steve Buscemi play a silly character like this.
what? Every time he's in an Adam Sandler film, he's doing a silly character.
No, because I told you I've been watching Boardwalk Empire.
Yes, but that's not an Adam Sandler film.
I know, I've been watching Boardwalk Empire for like the past 2 months.
So you just imagine him like smoking cigarettes and shooting people.
And being serious, and like the only jokes he cracks are like extremely witty or of the time. And so it's so weird to see him as this character whose name is Wiley. And it's weird to see him in this very beta power dynamic.
He's like doing whatever he's being told to do.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. I know we're jumping
park?
around, but the water park scene.
The most dangerous water park.
Exactly. How is that legal? And children are able to do it? And
okay, so here's the water park, guys. There's 2 pools.
Yeah.
And then like a zip line. And the zip line goes over one pool into the next one, but they cross a lot of cement.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot, and there's no harness. You're just holding on with 2 hands. In fact, at one point, Steve Buscemi's holding on with 2 feet. Mm-hmm. And it does look fun if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Would you get on it?
Hell no. Fuck no. Unless it was one big pool, but even then, I'm not sure. It looked so makeshift, and like, what's the point of the attendee there if he's gonna let?
Go ahead, zip down.
He's gonna let this 50-something-year-old guy hang by his feet and go.
Well, that's true.
And if the zip line is long enough for it to be able to hit the bait and tackle shop at the very end, like that water park got sued, right?
No. That water park actually got burned down. Yeah, in the Unite the Right rally.
I fucking hope so. No one should swim there.
I do think it's funny that like there is no consequences for them when at the water park they're also like, fuck this line, let's just go through this dark hole, and then they end up on top of the thing.
Yeah, and they're all just sneaking through this door that is highly visible.
Yeah, of course they're gonna see someone open that door and walk in.
No one's monitoring this water park.
You were recently in Disneyland.
Yeah.
If you were standing in line just about to board the ship from Pirates of the Caribbean, and then just like some of the wall opened and somebody just like walked and got on
Pushing
the boat,
that person.
you'd be like, what the fuck? Where did they come from?
I am pushing that person.
You would know immediately.
I don't care if it's a child.
Or 2 hot girls in a bikini.
I would not care. I would say, sup, and then push them. Yeah, get the fuck to the back.
I do think just as many of the men have their attributes, the moms also have their attributes. Mm-hmm. There's Salma Hayek, who is a high-level fashion designer.
Yeah.
There's Kevin James's wife, who's breastfeeding a 4-year-old.
Her name's Maria Bella, and I think she's the prettiest of all of them. I really liked her. And no, I wasn't like turned on because like she was like
breastfeeding?
Had her boob out, yeah. If anyone was thinking that, I don't think anyone was thinking that. I just made it weird.
No, but good job for you did good. You did good. And then there's Maya Rudolph, who's pregnant.
Yes.
And then there's Chris Rock's wife, who is also like a very successful businesswoman.
Wait, Maya Rudolph is Chris Rock's wife.
Oh shit, yes.
Yeah.
Am I missing one?
The old lady. Rob Schneider, Gloria, I believe was her name.
Who's like, oh, I don't wear a bathing suit, and they're like, oh no, it's
no. There's kids around.
They're very gross.
Yeah, they're extremely like, especially even from the first scene, when he's trying to relax her.
When they like kiss.
Oh, that part.
Oh, you mean with the Rock?
Insane. With the Rock, yeah.
The Rock, the way they kiss when they're doing like the mouth breathing at one point.
Yes, or when she. So after the montage with the daughters, when the blonde daughter opens up the car hood, and then all the steam hits her, and it's super sexy, right? And all the guys are watching.
They're like, "Is that his daughter? No way!"
And then it shifts to Gloria, who actually knows how to fix the engine, and then the steam hits her, and Rob Schneider's checking her out, and it's a slow-mo scene of this old woman just
like
trying to look sexy,
blasted by hot steam, and Rob Schneider's also in the shot, just.
Yes, he's looking at her. He's holding the wrench with her. It's very sexual.
Oh, God.
And I like prior to that, when the hot girl was under the hood, they were taking shifts, just checking her out.
Okay, who's looking?
All right, shift.
And
shift. Shift.
Wait, is anyone looking? That is a dad move, though, for sure. To be, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a dad.
But I think that's pretty strategic.
I do think what's interesting is they all come to the camp hiding something from each other.
Yeah.
But it's so badly hidden.
We all know. We all are going to understand that David Spade's character, yeah, he's a player, but he's lonely and doesn't feel like he's grown up, right?
Sad.
Kevin James said he was just recently unemployed.
He did.
Very sad.
And then Adam Sandler brings a nanny who he says is a foreign exchange student.
Would that fly?
I don't know, but I love the whole thing where she's like reading a physics book.
Yeah.
And Salma Hayek's like, what are you doing? Why are you reading that right now? I need your help packing. And she's like, I'm studying for the test. And she's like, what test? And she's like, I don't know.
He just keeps telling me that I need to study for a test.
He keeps handing me books and telling me I need to study for the test.
Fucking wild.
Where is he getting the books from?
No clue. No clue where he's getting it. But he's really committing to that bit.
Do you like Adam Sandler's kids?
At first, they're pieces of shit. And then,
Jesus.
They are.
Hey, don't, yeah. Tell me how you really feel.
I'll tell you. They're playing that weird first-person game back at the house where they're chainsawing people on a cruise.
You play a game where you chainsaw people.
Not innocent people.
Oh, okay. Well, who's to say?
People that play Grand Theft Auto. That's where you're killing innocent people. I mean, but this one was just ridiculous.
This one was really, yeah. I would like to play that game though.
They're like, and you can drown people too.
They're in this lavish mansion.
Yes.
And they text the nanny, and she like brings them tea. And they're like, this tastes like shit.
This is not Godiva. You trying to poison me?
Yeah, that's right. This isn't good news. Like, wow, I never want to hear that again.
What a piece of shit. Yeah, they're pieces of shit, dude. And I think those are his actual kids, right?
Maybe one of them. But that other kid was in that other movie with that other guy.
That was the most vague sentence. Never say that to me again, because that's just going to confuse me.
The younger son is in a couple of other films, I think. In fact, actually.
A couple of other Adam Sandler films?
Yes, and also not to be too morbid, I do think he actually passed away not that long ago.
No, stop. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll look into that. The little girl, on the other hand.
Oh, she's adorable.
Absolutely adorable.
She's the best because she's also like the right-hand man to Adam Sandler, which I always find like, you can tell that that's his favorite out of all of them.
Oh, because she's not an asshole yet, you know?
Yet. Good caveat. I do like when the moms are watching the buff guy at the pool. And they're like, oh, yeah, look at this. Like, I'll get him to come over. And then,
Mr. Saskatchewan.
And then he comes over, and he's just like, hey, ladies, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? You ever been to Saskatchewan, hey? Have you ever been together, hey?
You do that really well.
I've seen that. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie that I always say that. You ever been to Saskatchewan, hey?
Do you think that's his real voice?
No, fuck no. Hell no. I doubt it. I want to know even without the voice, and yeah, that guy's ripped. I thought he was so ugly.
Was it the sunglasses?
No,
he looks like
face.
a cartoon of like what you would draw in like a 90s cartoon of somebody from California.
Yeah. Let's talk about the basement scene where that's apparently where they had parties growing up.
These parties that these kids did were apparently really intense because they would play games where they shoot arrows straight up in the sky.
Yeah.
They would do just the most insanely dangerous things.
That, I do want to talk about that. The fact, would you ever do that?
Maybe.
Really?
Maybe.
No.
Could be fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you survive.
Yeah, of course.
But imagine the immense amount of grief if one of you guys actually just gets pierced through the head.
Yikes. Well, I mean, Rob Schneider does get pierced through the foot.
That was beautiful. Like that whole montage of scenes, like David Spade running away and falling into a pile of dog shit. Kevin James, I think he falls. I forget.
Like, he trips over David Spade.
Yes.
And yeah, Chris Rock's running. That's all really well. I do like this whole idea of them getting back together, having a bunch of drinks together, and like, you know, when we're old and we have families, we should steal someone's ashes and then like rent a cabin and recreate this movie.
I don't think we need to steal ashes. I think we should maybe make a promise to a loved one and ask. No, we don't have to do that either. I think we should make a promise to a loved one that wants their ashes spread somewhere nice so that we could spread them there.
As an excuse to party.
As an excuse to party. That's how we'll do it.
Kumo.
My dog?
Well, we don't have to do it today.
Yeah, that's not, and we're not even going to be old. He's already old. He's like, I think he has, I don't want to list a number of how many years, but he doesn't have forever.
32.
Do you think it's so silly that their friendship is built on this foundation of like a 5th grade basketball game, and they've made enemies specifically from that game
that have still not let it go?
Colin Quinn, Tim Meadows, Steve Buscemi.
Colin Quinn is just so adamant that his foot was on the line, and you see that all the way in the very beginning.
Yeah.
When they do the flashback in the shot, he's like, "Oh, his foot was on the line. His foot was on the line," and then it comes back later. Adam Sandler does a really good way of like putting bows on things when he writes movies.
Yeah.
So when it comes back around at the end of the movie, of course they're playing the game again. He goes up for the last shot, he shoots, and he misses.
Yeah.
Even though we know he always gets the corner shot.
Yeah, because
he,
we see
like,
it a bunch of times in practice.
Yeah, and he like explained it to his son how to get it every single time and stuff. So it's like he did it because he's like, you know what, I'm gonna give that guy.
Because he saw Colin Quinn's family.
Yeah.
And how shitty his life was compared to the rest of theirs. Because they have loving families. All of them do, except for David Spade.
But he still has a fun life though.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does. But Colin Quinn, did you see how happy he was to finally win something?
Yes.
Because what he was doing, what he was living, that kind of life where he doesn't even, he pronounced Voss water, boss water.
He's like, it's Voss with a V.
How you doing, Mr. Hollywood? You want another the boss water? Dude, I love Tim Meadows' character and his interaction with Chris Rock. He was just like, I'm the black guy and you're the other black guy. These are my white boys and you stick with your white boys. Their interaction is hilarious. And Tim Meadows, in whatever bald cap that was,
It's
the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
I really like the diner scene, of course, when we have the classic line, chocolate wasted.
Yes.
And when the kid's like, oh, I'll just have a still water, please. Voss if you have it, Fiji if not.
Yeah.
And then she was like, how about tap? And he's like, what?
Like from a hose? That scene's great.
Because
Like,
the whole time Adam Sandler's trying to not show that his kids are so, hoity-toity.
yeah, he's trying to cover it up, right?
But he made him that way. He did that.
I would say that's bad parenting. He obviously was a little too late in trying to be adamant about like, hey, even though we got the money, don't act like a douche.
I like when the kid showed up and he's dressed like in his Italian outfit and he's like, what do you got on, dude? He's like, we're camping. And he's like, I was packed from Milan.
Yeah. Both him and Salma Hayek.
Didn't know that they were going to not actually go. So, but I don't feel bad for him lying to Salma Hayek or Adam Sandler not telling Salma Hayek.
I don't feel that bad. I mean, I feel like
She should have a little more remorse for her husband who just lost a very close friend.
I agree. But I don't think he should have gone 2 steps ahead and canceled the tickets, knowing that she was probably going to change her mind because that could lead to a big fight, which it did later on.
It did later on. But here's the thing, though. Isn't that just knowing your wife?
Oh, I guess so. You got a point there.
I think he's actually a good husband.
I
I'd
would
marry
say,
him.
I'm going to say yes. You said you would marry him?
He's got a lot of money. He's got, that's about all I need.
That's it. And then he's decent looking and he's okay. It is odd
Not
that
even.
Adam Sandler,
Always has the most beautiful wives in his films.
because looking at Adam Sandler alone, he doesn't look like the main character of anything.
No, in fact, he looks incredibly crunchy.
He's just, I would say soft. He's gotten softer through the years.
I think his body's gotten softer, but his clothes have gotten crunchier.
Yeah, they're very crunchy. I'm trying to understand what crunchy clothes mean.
Like when you don't shower.
He, in Airheads, that was probably his prime. That's probably when he could have been the main
When he had like
character.
a 6-pack, dude. The Airheads is
was a
and Young
solid
Buscemi.
one. Young Buscemi in Airheads.
Yes, Brendan Fraser.
Oh my God, that's right.
We forgot to talk about Rob Schneider's secret when he finally comes clean to his friends. He finally tells me, he goes, you know what, guys? I'm wearing a toupee.
I'm like, yeah, we know. We all know.
What? What? How'd you know?
And then while everyone's coming out, sharing their secrets, Gloria, the old woman, comes up. I have a secret too. I'm actually a man.
And everyone was like, what?
And everyone's just like, I told you. I knew it. And she's like, I'm actually hurt that you believed me.
Yeah, she's like, you guys all took that really well, but okay, fine. Yeah. Rob Schneider didn't laugh at that joke. Did you see his face when she said that?
Oh, he was pissed off. He was so pissed. Seeing Rob Schneider also kick David Spade in the balls 2 times.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Because he thinks that David Spade slept with his daughter.
Yes.
Which he didn't.
No.
Or did he?
No. I don't think he did.
I think he did. Listen to the story that he's telling.
So ratty. But he slept with so many women. It could have been any blonde girl.
But she had the cut on her forehead too.
Do you not remember that I explained that?
I do remember the explanation.
So
I
you
don't
think they're
it holds
covering
up.
it up?
Yes, of course.
No.
Of course.
She thought he was gay. She thought he was gay.
Oh, David Spade.
Yeah, he was pretty funny. How much of this do you actually think was improv?
I think not a lot.
Yeah.
I have a feeling a lot of it was pretty scripted. Maybe doing takes over and over again.
Trying
I
to
think
get the best take, yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know how much like on the spot they were doing. That being said, I did say earlier how like the falling bit that supposedly they came up with that day.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's yeah, you're right. It's not a Judd Apatow film.
No, and these guys are all funny people. They're all funny actors, but
Yeah.
I don't know these guys for improv acting necessarily.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
We know them from like delivering funny lines. Adam Sandler for sure. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Kevin James, I think he was like one of the last comedians to actually go through that old path of doing stand-up, getting on a talk show, and getting big off of a talk show.
Then getting a sitcom deal. And
getting a
then,
sitcom deal. He was like the last person, one of the last ones. Whose shtick did you like the most?
David Spade.
Why?
I don't know. I like David Spade always. He's always my favorite.
Super funny. Yeah.
He's got the best life. He's living it right.
He's the only guy
fun.
taking shots downstairs.
He's like, all right, I took everybody's first round. Who's taking another round?
I'll take your second round. And they're all sticking to like a beer.
Yeah, because they're adults with kids and shit.
I mean, you can still have like a shot.
That's what we say because we don't have kids.
That's right. Well, even when I have a kid, I mean,
one for daddy, one for the baby.
Yeah. Let the baby party too. There you go. Yeah, let's fucking rock.
Bitch. That's what you wanted to say, huh?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Do you have any favorite parts of this movie that you wanted besides Mr. Saskatchewan?
Saskatchewan. Let's see. I love a lot of Kevin James's moments, like him breaking the pool in the beginning. It's just so extra.
I feel bad for Kevin James because he has to do some of the dumb shit stuff. Like they really make him.
Yeah,
he does it like a champ, I will say. But like he does something. They put him through the ringer in this.
Are you saying okay in this one?
Yeah,
but
in most of
in general, they really make fun of him.
In almost every Adam Sandler, Kevin James film, he's almost always kind of putting.
He's an easy target.
Let's feel bad for him.
Yeah. His daughter was a piece of shit. Kevin James's daughter.
Well, just because you know, she reminded me of Debbie from Shameless.
Yes, I agree with that. Fuck Debbie. It makes me so upset, and now I hate this daughter even more that you made that connection. Because it was the moment I hated her the most was
when she first got on screen.
Well, no, that would be the pool scene. Later on, when she's eating cake and the mom says, "Hey, honey, can you use a fork with that?" And she says, "No, no, no." And then, like later on, when they first get into the cabin, she's like an organ, and they see an organ that she can play on, and she's like smashing it. And like the mom says, "Hey, honey, can you not play like that?" But she was like, "I like playing it like this, okay?" And I knew kids like that growing up, so that shit pisses me the hell off.
I just love the aggression that this little girl has and how upset you are by her. Just like, no,
no, no.
Oh man,
they don't all. The kids eventually turn a corner once they start playing.
All the kids turn a little bit.
Yes.
Right? I don't think they all, yeah.
Cup phone.
I was just going to say, that's also, though, not how cup phones work.
How does it work?
It has to be a straight line. You can't go around the corner with that shit.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Oh, because, like, if it goes around the corner...
The vibration stops.
Yeah, because it just goes into the wall.
But this isn't, a documentary.
I looked it up. I was like, do cup phones actually work?
Yeah.
Because I never really did it as a kid.
No, I did it in a science class in high school once.
And it was pretty solid.
It works. We should do it.
Up to 100 feet, supposedly. Let's do it on average. I would love to do that.
We should have one from my house to yours.
It's 100 feet? Wow, you live a lot closer than I thought.
I think it is. Oh. Just like knock on your neighbor's door. Like, excuse me, can we just use your window for a couple minutes?
Real quick, just open it up. I know it's winter time. I know there's a cool breeze, but...
How do we get it? Do we throw it?
We'd have to throw it to each other. And then I would have to catch it.
Oh, God.
And that's horrible. You know me and catching.
You catch a lot.
No.
Of feelings.
Stop. I know you're trying to say. Let's move on. With the best person on set?
Yes, but before we get there, which of these kids do you love? Which of these kids do you drown?
I'm not drowning any of them.
You're going to drown Debbie.
No, not drowning her, but I'm exiling her for sure.
Oh, you don't want to do the killing, but you want to know that she's dead?
No, I just want to go away.
Never come back.
Just wherever I am, don't be. Same with Adam Sandler's kids. Where I am at, don't be there. Chris Rock's kid I had no problem with. Both of them, they were okay.
It was funny when the daughter was like, I felt like somebody was watching me. And then it's Chris Rock's kid, like, in the bushes.
Yeah. Hella perverted. It's Chris Rock's kid and one of Adam Sandler's kids. They're just super perverted toward they're
just at, like, girls. 13.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes absolute sense. And so, do you remember, like, when they all hug at the end? They immediately hug those girls.
Yeah.
Like, dirty little scoundrels.
You know what you got to do when you're right at that age. You're like, I'm going to hug.
I think I'm going to give my best person on set award, though, to... That's a tough one. I think I want to give it to Kevin James.
Oh, that's nice of you. He deserves a win. He deserves a win.
I think he was pretty solid in this one.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to Adam Sandler for writing and starring in this film.
Yep.
Does he even try when he acts?
No. I'm gonna say no.
Do you think he goes to costume, or do you think he just wears whatever clothes he's wearing that day?
I think, shit, because all of his clothes look exactly the same in every single movie.
Like, unless he has to, like, the funeral scene, he's for sure, like, he went to costume and makeup for that.
Yeah,
but like, every other scene, was that just what Adam Sandler was wearing that day?
I could believe that.
I would 100% believe that.
I think they put minimal makeup on him. They just, I mean, it's just whatever he has in his own closet. And
basketball shorts and a sweatshirt.
It's crazy that his formula works, like whatever he's doing.
What's your, let's do your best Adam Sandler impression.
Amazing. Maize. Remember they're making fun of Rob Schneider?
Oh,
because he says maize instead of corn. I don't know.
So you're pretending to be Adam Sandler, pretending to be a character, pretending to be someone else?
Yeah, exactly. And that's all I got.
I'm a dude playing a dude. Okay, ready? Here we go. This is my Adam Sandler. Ready? It's very short, so just bear with me.
Okay. It's pretty good. It's honestly pretty solid. It's like, it makes sense. It's Adam Sandler like making whatever that character is. Yeah, he makes that. It's such a weird thing.
It's definitely 1990s Adam Sandler, but people get it.
But it worked. Whatever he did.
Whatever I did. Whatever he did.
Whatever
life does.
Mm-hmm. Rob Schneider.
What about him? Filipino.
He wasn't in. Yes, half Filipino and father of El King. He was not in the second movie.
Oh,
because of scheduling conflicts.
What was he doing?
His wife at the time was pregnant. And so he had to be there as a father, like really pregnant, and shmishmash.
Maya Rudolph was actually pregnant also during this film, and she did a whole movie.
That was a real baby in there?
A real baby in there.
Really?
Real baby in there.
Whoa. She's my best person on set then.
The baby?
The baby inside of Maya Rudolph? Killing it.
The dedication to that role.
Wow. Committed.
Just growing.
That one scene with the baby?
I do like when Maya Rudolph fakes him out with the water breaking.
Yeah.
If I'm never going to be pregnant, but if I ever were to be pregnant, I would be faking people out all the time.
All the time. I feel like, oh man, Alejandro keeps breaking his water. Then like when your water finally breaks,
My name's still Alejandro.
Yeah, Alejandra. I'm so sorry.
Oh goodness. Ratings?
3 out of 5.
That's a solid rating.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know what? I think I'm going to go with Letterboxd. I'm going to go 2.5 out of 5.
2.5, right in the middle.
Yeah, give him a solid F.
Movie's not life-changing. Really fun watch to watch with friends or put on in the background.
Yeah. It's on Netflix, so you might as well,
It's a feel-good movie.
I was going to say, when you're cooking for Thanksgiving, you should put this on. But honestly, you should be watching football.
Yeah, you could throw that on
America.
instead. Yeah, and this will always exist. Watch the Thanksgiving game. So, I have nothing else to say.
You had a loss of words?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, let me say some words for you then.
Say it.
Garbanzo, totalitarian, excellent, phantasmic, and Jotunheim.
Okay. 3-syllable words only. Balthazar. Garbanzo. Family.
Tractor beam.
That's 2 words, right? Tractor beam. 3-syllable words only.
Tractor beam.
Okay, baddies.
This is what happens when we run out of words, baddies. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. I guess this will be out on Black Friday. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, stay safe.
And if you're not in America, guess none of this shit matters.
Yeah. Have a lot of food. Spend time with your family.
Yeah. Enjoy celebrating genocide, you disgusting pigs.
It's kind of a shitty holiday when you think about it that way, but be thankful for each other.
Ooh, this is good. What are you thankful for, Christian?
My family, you, this
Nice.
podcast, the baddies out there.
That's good stuff. I'm thankful for the internal burning rage inside of me that keeps me moving every single day to live in spite.
I'm worried about you, and that's where we're going to end it. Baddies, you guys know where to find us.
911, that's my phone number. Call me Jesus. _me Jesus. Excuse me, that's my Instagram.
You can follow me at Christian Has Asthma.
His phone number is 411. Go ahead and give us a call.
Yeah, and check out the podcast at ICBTB.com.
Or itcan'tbethatbad.com.
Yeah, and we'll always be there. Peace, y'all.
We'll always be there for you.